morning, everyone. This morning we're headed to the co-op to get some fertilizer. We got a little bit of rain the day before yesterday, so things were pretty wet yesterday, but I think everything's dried enough to put some fertilizer on today. Regardless, if it's not, we're going to send it anyway, as long as we don't get stuck. We don't want to do that, but I believe everything's dry enough that we can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to head up here and get enough fertilizer on one buggy to spread about 5 acres. We're going to go ahead and do the I think 2.5 acres over in Kentucky, where we're planting cantaloupes and watermelons, and the rest of it we'll put over at home, where we're planting squash and tomatoes and everything else. What the needs for all those different plants, fertilizer-wise, is about the same. So we're just going to mix it together. Makes a lot more sense than traveling up here and getting different fertilizer recipes, so to speak, for each individual acre or whatever. It just doesn't make sense to do that. So we just kind of split the difference, if there was any, and made it work. So that's what we're doing this morning. We got a lot of stuff going on today, as usual as well. Must be too far. Usually the way that works. Out here and then go pick up the fertilizer. They gotta weigh us empty and then weigh us when we're full, so they know how much fertilizer that we're actually taking with us. Up and weighed out again. I think we got like 6,500 pounds of fertilizer total. So that's a mixture of nitrogen, potash, and potassium. So and some pellet lime too. So it's a little mixture of everything. That's what the big tank was doing. It was actually they put the amount you want in the one tank, and then it goes in the other tank to mix it all together, and then they dump it in the buggy. So if you've never seen that before, but now we have to head to Kentucky. So the plan is to go ahead and spread the fertilizer once we get over there, and then hook back up to the sprayer and mix enough chemicals to do that 1/2 acre of popcorn, as well as the ornamental corn over in Indiana. So then we'll have to bring the spray over, the fertilizer buggy over, the tractor over, all over to Indiana, so we can do all that. Not to mention to pull out the 6210, because I got the 6210 stuck the other day. So don't ask, you'll see it later. There's just going to be a lot of back and forth between Indiana and Kentucky today, and at 20 minutes a pop. That kills a day pretty quick if you're making about 3 trips, because there's 2.5 hours out of the day, and we'll be making close to that, if not more, actually. So but we'll get what we can done today. It's supposed to be nice the next 2 days, so I imagine that we're going to finish up with our popcorn planting, the ornamental corn planting, get our first planting of green beans planted, get our sunflowers planted, at least part of them, and get part of our watermelons and cantaloupes planted. So I think we'll get all that done. I would like to possibly put down some plastic mulch too, but we will have to see. I don't have the plastic mulch yet, so we may shift the schedule around to try to get that done, because rain is coming in Friday night, and I'd kind of like to have that plastic down before that, because it will not be long before we'll be planting tomatoes, and those guys are going to be ready the first couple weeks of May, and I'd like to get them out as soon as possible. So again, we make plans, we change plans, things come up, we improvise, we adapt, we overcome. That's just the way it goes. I mean, I used to I'd sit down at the beginning of the week and write down everything I want to do every day. And, that's always a good thing to do, because it keeps it in your mind to do that. But I more have suggestions of what I want to get done during the week, because something always comes up. You'll either have a breakdown, or the weather doesn't cooperate, or a piece of equipment's not cooperating. There's always something that happens that makes you adjust your schedule to get things accomplished. So I just I got in my mind a general idea of what I'd like to get done, and then I kind of work around what other circumstances that I can control to get the most stuff done possible, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But things are always changing. There's always factors that you can't never account for. Variable change, I guess, is what they call that for. You got to account for variable change. If you ever wondered what about $3,000 worth of chemical looks like, right here you go. It doesn't take much. We've got 7.5 gallons of Strategy. That is what we spray for our pumpkins and our curbit crops, like squash and stuff, watermelons, cantaloupes and stuff. Then we got some Dual, and we also have some Stealth, which also, that's for our sunflowers and our green beans. And then Degree Extra, that's what we spray for our sweet corn, popcorn, that kind of thing. So it does take a lot of that stuff there to add up pretty quick. So we're going to get hooked up to the fertilized buggy and start spreading some fertilizer. Alright, so we got to set our settings here. We need about 460 pounds an acre. Got 3.5. That's what we're looking for. I don't know if you can see that, but we got to reset our width on this. It spreads 40 feet. Overlap about a foot. Should be good to go. Well, we've got everything spread over here, so I'm gonna hook up to the sprayer now. Should have been a professional hooker. like I spend most of my time hooking and unhooking implements. It'd be really nice just to have a tractor just to hook to everything. That way you never have to unhook and hook something back up. So if anybody's got an extra bushel basket of $100 bills laying around that they want to donate to that cause, I would not say no. Woo! That's why you don't do that. No matter how I hook them up, I'm sure it's going to be the wrong way. Well, I had to change out my battery. Somebody forgot to put the batteries on the charger last night. I don't know who that was, but I'm thinking about firing him. Can't be a YouTube farmer without fresh batteries, so it's not good. And I better get the chemical or we'll be coming back down here. I think somebody needs to clean out this truck. It's even worse in the back. But, oh, there's my gloves. Looking for them. It's one bad thing about farming far away from home is the fact that if I need a tool, it's 20 minutes away. So my truck ends up collecting all kinds of crap. And as soon as I take it out, I'll need it. So it just kind of stays in there. Alright, we're going to stop and get some fuel here in a minute and then go fill up the sprayer. Be worse, but that is about 60 bucks, 55, something like that. Let's go, Brandon. So, you know how I was just talking about having all that stuff in my truck because it's necessary so I don't have to drive 20 minutes over to the house to get something? Yeah, I forgot something. I forgot the phosphates to put in the chemical mixture along with the debris. So I get to make a 20-minute trip back home to get the ground up. But at least today it's not going to be that bad because I have to take the fertilizer spreader over there anyway. So I got to take this tractor and sprayer over there. So what I might do, I guess I'll take spreader over there, hook up to the gooseneck, bring it back over here, and then try to get the tractor and the sprayer on the gooseneck and take that back there. That should save me a trip if I can fit it on the trailer. So we'll see. So I just had like a 5-minute job turn into like an hour or two. I've got a fifth wheel in the back of the truck, so I bought this fancy fifth wheel hitch, thinking like, well, you know, I'll just try it out. Maybe I like it. It's easier to hook up, whatever, and I don't want to have to take it out of the bed. And I never liked this setup anyway because it was really weird, and of course I beat this all to hell now, so you can't really see how, but this, you used to have to flip it up, and then there was these jaws in there that would open up that you would have to lower it down close to your ball and then back into it, and it would close around. It was a really weird setup. I really didn't like it, so I thought I'd buy one of these and see how I liked it. But whoever built this trailer, and I don't even know what, let's see, Willow-matic. It's old too. But they put the jam nut on this back side. So, and not to mention that it's seized to hell, and like it couldn't hardly get it loose to begin with. But instead of putting it, you know, here like most trailers, they've got it back here. So now I really can't tighten it. I mean, it's a little loose, but this is what's really holding it. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't like that. But anyway, we finally got that on there, so now we can hook it up to the trailer and head back to Kentucky. So far, I'm really digging the fifth wheel. For one, I can actually, when I'm backing up, I can look through my window and see the fifth wheel there to line it up. Two, it's kind of like a semi-trailer. You just get it close and back up, slam it in there, and it locks itself. So that's pretty nice. Well, we're back on the road again with the tractor, headed to get water. Spray. I did pull the tractor up next to the trailer with the sprayer back here attached. It doesn't look like it's going to fit, so I'll have to take 2 trips. Honestly, after pulling with this fifth wheel hitch, I must say I really like it. I know it takes up a lot of space in the bed and stuff, but there's a lot less huck and buck, and it's just smoother. It just seems like it's a lot smoother. I mean, you see me bouncing around, this road's kind of rough, but yeah, 2 thumbs up on that. I like it. So we've got everything back here over at home in Indiana. I didn't film any hooking and unhooking because I think there's probably enough of that in this video. If y'all get the idea, I do that a lot. So a lot of moving around. I'd say majority of the day was spent just going back and forth, which really kills productivity. But right now we've got to get this field here worked behind me, and get the fertilizer spread, and then get the fertilizer worked in, because I've got to take that buggy back in the morning. Probably not going to do it tonight, and probably not going to get the spray over here tonight. Like I said, it's almost 7 o'clock, so you know, time I get this done, I think I'm going to call it a day. It's been a long day. I also wanted to say thank you all for watching. We greatly appreciate, you know, y'all tuning into our channel and learning about what we do here on the farm. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Later.